Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Charbria White, and I want to talk about refusing to settle and why I'm still single. So first and foremost, I get a lot like, I'm in my 30s, don't tell anybody ladies, and people always ask me, why are you still single, Char? Like, nobody's tried to sweep you away, you still haven't settled down, like you haven't had any kids, like, why are you still single? And I hear this all the time, people are always asking me, and I refuse to settle. And if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you're single as well, and I just want to encourage you, don't settle for less. And you know what, some people can say, you know what, you're being conceited, or you know what, you think too highly of yourself, but you have to think highly of yourself. If you don't know your value, if you don't respect yourself, no one else will. And you'll settle for anything and anyone that comes your way just because you're desperate for a relationship. And here's the thing, if you're a child of God, you don't have to be desperate for anything or anyone. God knows the plans He has for your life. And I always talk about Jeremiah 29:11 that tells us that we have an expected end, we have a hope, and that God has great plans for our life. But I always go back to that because it's not just a cool scripture to read or something convenient to say. It's something that we have to let dig deep into our very being, into our heart, into our mind, into our soul, into our actions. Because then we won't have to settle for less or act out of desperation. And to be honest, I just got tired of wasting time with dead-end relationships and spending time with these men who are unintentional. And dating, you know what, I got tired of just dating people frivolously just because it was something to do, or because I was lonely, or because, you know, I was bored and I would just go out. And the issue is, it's not that people wouldn't try to go out with me or hang out with me or date me or even marry me for that matter, but a lot of times God was saying, you know what, that's not the one. And a lot of times certain guys shouldn't even get past the first introduction, but we are just so settled on, is that my husband? Is he my husband? Where is my husband? That we let them in because we're just so desiring marriage, or we so want a man that we're just letting anybody into our life when they shouldn't even got past hello. They shouldn't even got past their name and exchanging numbers. Or a first date, they shouldn't even made it that far. But you know what? We're just like, oh my God, we're just so hungry for that attention from a man hungry, thinking that this is the one, and God might be telling you no. And it tells us in Proverbs 3, acknowledge God in all your ways. He'll direct you. He'll lead you. If you meet someone and you feel like, you know what, I want to get to know him better, but ask God. Don't be so quick to give them your number, to go out with them, to talk on social media. Let God lead your life. And some people are like, girl, it don't take all that. That's why you're still single. But honey, this is somebody that you plan on spending the rest of your life with. It takes all that and more. You better trust God and not yourself and not others' opinions, because God knows that man's heart towards you, that man's past, that man's present, that man's future, and He also knows your purpose. And He knows if that lines up with this man, if he's really who he says he is, if his intentions towards you are pure, or if it's just games. Because a lot of people are so good at that game of being deceitful, luring good Christian girls, and because they pretend to be good Christian guys, only to deceive them, only to lead them to sin. So don't be desperate, because you deserve somebody. And I'm convinced that God's writing my love story. I say this all the time. Trust God with your love story. If you desire marriage, then trust God with that. That everything happens for a reason, and in due season, He'll bless you. There's a time for everything, and it tells us in His Word. If you're single, spend this time getting to know God more. Spend this time growing naturally, spiritually, going after those things that you desire. Maybe it's a career, a ministry. Maybe it's traveling internationally, whatever it might be. But some of you guys are like, man, I don't listen to her. She's still single. But let me tell you, I'm still single. But in Esther, it talks about where, if you know the story of Esther, it tells her, maybe you've been in the kingdom for such a time as this. And the Lord has shown me you are single for such a time as this, because I'm very content. I'm very happy. I'm very joyful. I'm thriving in life. And I don't hate being single. I really don't. And there's a time that I always had a man on my arm that I never wanted to be single, and I never was, because I would just rebound. If that one didn't work out, I'd go to the next. But God's like, stop that. Let me heal your heart. Let me show you how to be in love with you, how to be in love with me, how to be in love with your life. And that's just the thing about it. I'm so content. And I believe that I'm single for such a time as this, to tell you that yes, you might be single, but you don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be struggling. You don't have to feel forgotten by God. He loves you, and He's creating and writing your love story. But will you trust Him with your heart? Will you trust Him with your life? Or are you just saying that when it's convenient? Come on, ladies. I just really beg you to enjoy this single season, to not allow the pressures of society to say, you ain't got no man. What's wrong with you? Something got to be wrong with you. You ain't get one yet. No. And then if you get one, Ask God about him. Be in prayer about that relationship. Let God lead you in that relationship. And ask him to show you any warning signs that you might need to pray about. Or that he can reveal to you things that just shouldn't be, so that if you need to get out of that relationship, you can. But some of you are staying in these toxic relationships because you don't want to be alone. And God is saying, oh, I have something so much better for you, but you want to settle for less because you're afraid of being abandoned. And I would never abandon you. I would never leave or forsake you. And I have something so much greater for you, but you refuse to wait and trust me. Please trust God with your life. I'm trusting him. I'm standing with you guys in prayer. I'm standing in my singleness, but I know that God has somebody for me in due time. And maybe you don't desire marriage. Thank God. That's good for you as well, because God says in his word that you have so much more time to spend with God for natural growth, to do so much for the kingdom, and God could bless you so much in that season. But those of you who desire marriage, don't give up on love. You're not a hopeless romantic. I'm a hopeful romantic, because I have the greatest love story of all, Jesus Christ, who died for my sins, who died for my hand in marriage, who died for me to be his bride. And you have that same groom that's saying, I'm proposing to you. I love you. Come to me. Lay your stress at my feet. Lay your loneliness. Lay that dysfunctional relationship at my feet. Lay it at his feet. Give up that toxic relationship. God can't bless you till you let that mess go. Let it go. If it's straining you, if it's, causing stress, depression, all these things causing you to sin against God, luring you away from godly things, it's toxic. It's not for you. If you find yourself in a sexual relationship where you just can't stop having sex with him, it's toxic. It's not for you. If he cannot wait, this is not the man of God for you. This is not God's plan for you. You need a man who's so in love with God as you desire to be in love with God, because you need to be equally yoked. So stop just going out with these random guys because he's driving a nice car, because he got a nice house, because he got a nice job, because he looks good. Girl, that gets old. And stop comparing yourself to those who might be in a relationship or a marriage, or you're looking at their pictures on social media. You don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. We only see what these people show us. How many of them wish they never got married? How many of them are just smiling for the cameras but feel so broken when the lights go out? Come on, ladies. Let's not compare ourselves. And maybe there are some that have great marriages, and God bless those. I'm so happy for them. But don't compare yourself with them. In due time, in due season, because they're working their life out, you have to work out your life. Trust God. Trust him. You are single for such a time as this, and it doesn't mean that it has to be a long, drawn-out process or that it's forever. God can cut the work in half. But are you showing God that you love him for him and not just for what he can give you? Is he your first love? So be encouraged in your singleness. Don't settle for less. And even in that loneliness, some people might say, but girl, I want a man around. You ain't got no man around. Maybe that's good for you. That ain't gonna work for me. I need a man. Girl, I'd rather have no man and be whole, complete, full of joy, full of purpose, full of life, thriving, enjoying my life, enjoying my freedom I have in my singleness, than to be in a relationship that's toxic. And I've been there, done that, in a sexual relationship or in a relationship that I knew God wasn't about. He told me to get out of it, but I just wanted to clutch on and cling on to that person. And God said, no, get out of that. And I just refused until it broke me down so bad. And I was so destroyed and so empty till I was running to God, begging him to take me back, begging him to clean my heart, to restore me, to heal the brokenness, to touch the loneliness that ripped of my heart that felt ripped apart, my soul that felt ripped apart, my life that felt hopeless. And now that I'm out of that situation, nothing can take me back, because I refuse to settle for a counterfeit when God has a promise for me. So I love you, ladies. Don't settle. God loves you. He has a promise for you. He has a plan for you. And we can do this together, stand strong in our singleness. And if you need extra help and support, it's okay. Join the Single and Satisfied movement. Go to singleandsatisfiedmovement.com, because I'm here for you. And there's an army of single and satisfied women here for you that will be in prayer for you, that will love you, that will strengthen you, that will encourage you. And we can do fun things together and do life together. So again, I hope this has encouraged you to not be depressed in your singleness, but that you can live a whole, full, joyful, thriving life. So God bless you. I love you. Hope to talk to you soon. And I hope you join the movement. Comment and share if you like. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye, ladies. Love you. See you soon.